Hey squids, here's my 1981 Honda Goldwing. I never thought I'd be a collector of Honda Goldwings, but here it is. And it's just starting to snow. The Goldwing is an amazing bike because of this freaking engine. And I spent quite a bit of money on it, so I bought it for $700. And if you go online, you'll see these bikes selling for under $1,000 all the time, and that is because these are incredibly hard to get running if the carburetors are gunked up or it needs a part. I got very lucky that it worked. I drove there, got a ride there, and then I just rode it back. And I noticed right away that the shocks were completely destroyed. So I got the bike for $700. I spent $200 almost right away to get shocks, and it's very limited amount of shocks you can get. You could gamble with some sort of like Chinese shocks, but the problem is that this is a very heavy bike. You know, it's kind of like what I like about bikes. The weight is very low to the ground, but here's the problem with a lot of these bikes. They are so old, 1981, that if you get one and you need a part, you're not going to be able to just go up to the dealer and get it. You're going to have to search for it. But luckily this one is okay. And first I got like the headlight. Remember, this was the interstate version and I removed everything out of it. I do like the interstate plastic and all of that, but that's about 100 pounds worth of fairings. So I decided to just remove it because I like the Goldwing look, the naked Goldwing look. The interstate version, like I got all the plastics stored, and maybe one day I'll put it back, but I like it just the way it is right now. These make really good scrambler conversions in cafe racers, so that's what a lot of people get. They get these and then they convert them. I got a headlight. This one's got integrated turn signals, and it's a very bright light. You can see it during daytime. And forks had a little bit of rust on them. I fixed that. I did all of that. I got the handlebars. The handlebars were about $40. So I got that. I got the mirrors because you lost the use of mirrors when you removed the other stuff. And oil changes, pretty stock. I bought a fan switch, so I directly used the fan and an on-off switch because that is also one of the malfunction things that happened at the beginning. As long as the bike was moving, it was cooling, but the problem is the sensors on the GL1100s go bad. The GL1000 is the first Goldwing, and it used tubes in the tires, so this one's tubeless, which is really good. The tires are in really good condition for the age. And I did some other things, coolant bled, oil changes. I got a battery, which is a lithium battery on. Benefits of turning this into a scrambler and just everyday bike. You have all of this protection already. So you have crash bars protecting the cylinders, and then you have crash bars protecting the top boxes or the side boxes. It also comes with a really large, useful top box that looks kind of goofy. As you can tell, as it is right now, it looks great. For me, this is a naked bike that's worth keeping. It just sounds amazing. And I'll start it up for you guys so you can hear it. But the one thing I do miss is having the fairings, because, or at least a little windscreen, because the noise from the engine, and without having the windscreen, you can't really hear it too well. And that's the beauty of this particular boxer engine. It's a 4-cylinder, and really, it's like a Porsche. It's like driving an old Porsche. It's not a fast bike, but it does feel good to ride. But this one does have like the antenna, but it's useless. It's just more for show. It does have it used to have a radio. I removed it, but with these handlebars, it just feels so much better. So your feet are right near the cylinders. So when you're riding this thing, you feel that heat coming to your feet, which in winter, right now, there's like little specks of snow falling, and you'll learn to appreciate the heat from this bike. But seat is unbelievably comfortable, and this is how you sit on it with the flat handlebars. The other handlebars kind of go like this. And that's a very comfortable position for touring, but I prefer a little bit more of a sporty ride. And I do have a carplay ride GPS navigation, like it's an Android unit. Now, one of the things that happens on these bikes is that it does smoke if you leave it on the kickstand, but right now it's fine because it's mostly on the center stand. The choke goes down by itself, by the way. I just have these cables and it kind of binds it. It is unbelievably cold. That is why it's making all of that, it's not even smoke. So you can hear it idle. Yeah, I absolutely love riding this bike. You know, it's one of these bikes that's not powerful, it's not fast, but it's fun. And when you think about how much these things cost, it's like, why not just buy one? So the one thing I have to repair is that on the cylinders, this gasket here shouldn't be too difficult to replace, but you can see it's leaking. And then when that happens, it starts to leak on your boots, and also smoke starts to happen. You know, overall, this bike is an incredible amount of bike that you get for such little amount. I didn't spend that much money on it, and it works absolutely fine. If I didn't have my ST1300, I'd be riding this just, you know, daily. It's a good bike, comfortable. One of the big downsides of this particular bike, I don't know if it's the same on the 1200s and 1500s, the gas tank is pretty small, so the range is only like 150 miles per tank. So I don't particularly like that. It's also a heavy bike, so it does consume a lot of gas. Other than that, I would tour on this bike. It's that much fun to ride. Of course, I would have to put like a little windscreen because riding right now, it's actually like snowy a bit. It's not very comfortable. You know, one thing that you do learn is that you want to put a nice windscreen on your bike, especially in the winter. Well, if you like this video, guys, make sure you hit like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you for watching.